Now Jason Anthony will analyze last night's MTA Queens Bus Redesign Network workshop in Jamaica, Queens, and now your host Jason Anthony.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this special live stream regarding the Bus Redesign, the Queens Bus Network redesign that occurred last night at the Queens Library Central Branch in Jamaica, Queens. Despite that we arrived during the last half hour, uh, we at least got to see some things that the writing public suggested, like for instance, extending the Q77, more frequencies on the Q54 and 56, extend the Q42 beyond 8 p.m. on weekdays. We see there are some people that are asking the Q10 limited to BSBS, and I was one of them that made that call. Um, One person added extend Q46 weekend service to Glen Oaks, more direct bus route between Forest Hills and Flushing, better service on the Q110, uh, reinstate Q42 weekend service. We have here less bus bunching on the Q83 going west, bus route going west on Linden Boulevard as Merrick. More service on the Q35, I totally agree. One person said split the Q27. Convert the Q46 to SBS. Extend the Q60 to Lexington Avenue to connect the subway. Improve the Q32 service. Let's see what else. Extend the Q64 from Elliclester to Fresh Meadows or further east. One person posted auto boarding, but auto boarding will come eventually with only. Let's see what else we could see. Need more NYPD presence at Jamaica Bus Terminal. Have direct service on Francis Lewis Boulevard, north south. Speed up Q23 on Austin Street. Bus service on 73rd Avenue, west of 188th Street. Oh, this is interesting one. Uh, a bus serving the hub, that means Jamaica and Jackson Heights, SBS lanes on the Q25. Let's see. Oh, need to a person requested the Q8 being transferred from JFK Depot to Spring Creek. And I posted convert the Q10 limited to SBS and increase service on the Q60 and Q100. More overnight service on the Q60. I know who is behind that. I won't say the name of this person, but this person takes the Q60 a lot. And believe me, the Q60 needs some improvements. A person posted, why are there no schedules posted at the Jamaica terminal and also no text codes? Thousands of riders need those. Totally agree. Increase Sunday service on Sunday morning. Roads should be direct, no detours on like the Q47. Fewer stops every 1,000 feet or have bus shelters. Reduce bus bunching on the Q54. Add bus lanes and Union Turnpike. Bus bunching on the Q46 and Q64. So all of these are a sample of the passengers' demands in Queens. Now let's take a moment and analyze how things are in Queens as of right now. How are the buses designed in Queens? And let's start from the north. We have the Q44 Select bus service and the Q50 coming via the Whitestone Bridge. We have the Q15 and 15A. We have the Q25 and 65 that, in my opinion, should be merged because they Not really, but they could rename it as the Q25 and 25A, just like the 15, or the Q20A and B. I will put it the 20A. I will put it the Q20, and the 20B. I will put it the 20A. I will put the Q33. No, we could put the Q32, extending it all the way to 108th Street and terminate near Northern Boulevard. That could be one option. Obviously, we have a lot of routes that serve Main Street, and here you always have traffic during the during rush hours. But let's look at Jamaica first. This area right here is always full of buses, all the way from Southern and Jamaica Avenue and Southern Archer, all the way to, let's say, uh, Parsons Archer, and even beyond to like Archer and Merrick. We could, of course, let's say, extending the Q4. Okay, here we have one issue. We have the Q5 and the Q85. You guys know that the Q5 and 85 go from Jamaica Terminal all the way to, let's say, between Rosedale, like the Balar, or between Jamaica and Green Coast Mall. I will either extend the Q5 and the 85 into the same area as the Q25 and 65, and leaving one of them serving this area right here. Another issue, Far Walkaway. You guys know that the Q113 and 14 serve the walkway, but why not extending the Q113 to connect with the 52 select bus service or Irvine? And perhaps extending the Q111 to the Fall Walkway LIRR that could provide service if, God forbid, there's a service suspension along the Fall Walkway branch. That route could provide direct access from Fall Walkway all the way to Jamaica. Because let's say if something happens Fall Walkway, you will have to walk to Beach Channel Drive or Central Avenue to get the Q113 and the Q114. And in Wood, the only option that you will have is the Q114. In Lawrence, you will have to walk to Mont Avenue to get the Q114. At Cedarhurst, you will have to take either the N32 at Central Avenue or the N31 at West Broadway, or walk into Rockaway Turnpike and take the buses there, or even walking it to Peninsula Boulevard, where you could take the Q111. Give me just 1 second, folks. Sorry about that, folks. That was uh, a short phone call. So the other suggestion that we could do is let me the Q35 is fine, my opinion. Okay, let's go to the airport, especially JFK Airport. As you guys know, AirTrain, owned by the port unauthorized of New York and New Jersey, operates this. But all buses serve T5, but no buses serve T1, 2, 4, 7, and 8. So, since we have the Q6 and the Q7 that terminate in the outskirts of JFK Airport, we could extend the Q7 into the airport and having it serve let's say first it will serve terminal 8, then terminal 1, 2, 4, 5, because it could pick up the some passengers that could be waiting for either the Q3, the Q10, both soon to be SBS, and the local and the B15, go to T7 and resume its normal route. And also, since that there's no SBS route at Lethbridge Boulevard, we could convert the Q10 Limited into the Q10 Select bus service from the Kew Gardens Union Turnpike Station all the way to JFK Airport. That will connect with the E and the F at Kew Gardens Union Turnpike. It will connect with the J and the Z at 121st Street. It will connect with um, at the A at also Park Lefferts Boulevard. And of course, it will connect with other bus routes like the Q46, the Q37, the Q60, the Q54, 55, 24, the Q8, the Q112, the Q41, the QM18, connecting also with the B15, connecting with the Lethbridge Boulevard Air Train. That will be one of the stops. And then between here and T5, the Q10 will do regular stops. Let's go to LGA. Right now, LGA is a bus cluster. And of course, you only have two routes serving 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That's the M60 and the Q70. Meanwhile, we have the Q72 running until 1:30 in the morning, the Q48 running until like 1:30 in the morning, and the Q47 running until midnight. I will convert the Q47 into 24/7, and here's why. Because the Q47, in addition to the M60, serve a Marine Air Terminal, not like the Q48 and the Q72 that serve terminals B, C, and D. Because during late nights, as of right now, this commuter will have to take let's say the combination of the Q70 and the M60. And we also are requesting extending the N and W trains into LaGuardia Airport. The N will serve Terminal B, C, and D, and the W will serve Terminal A. But, okay, let's make this better. The W will terminate at Terminal A, while the N will serve Terminals B, will serve all terminals for terminating at Terminal D. Another area, Long Island City Queens Plaza area. Here we have a cluster of all Manhattan, all express buses coming from the Egg Bridge. And of course, one particular thing that I could consider is extending the Q102 into Manhattan. That could make the loop into Roosevelt Island, like shown here. Then Let's say terminate at the Lexington Avenue. Let's say they could terminate either at 63rd Street between 3rd and Lexington, because when the F is not running on that section, there's no direct connection between Long Island City and the Upper East Side. This is the Long Island City portion. We already discussed Jamaica. We already discussed the walkways. Another complicated area is the Queen Center Mall in Regal Park neighborhood. For once, we could rename 63rd Drive Regal Park. We could rename it as 63rd Drive Junction Boulevard. Oh, and making bus only lane along Queens Boulevard. And I would suggest extending the Q52 Senate bus service a little bit further in. Okay, now we go to the Queens Brooklyn border. As you guys know, we have the B15, the B60, the B6, the B84, the Q8, and the Q24 and 56. Let's see here. Okay, we could do this. We could put the Q83 turning on Pitkin Avenue, turning on Euclid, go along with the Q8, and terminate. And of course, for the Brooklyn side, we could extend the B103 into Gateway Mall. Oh, and of course, extending the Q55 beyond Lefferts Boulevard eastward. Oh, and I will extend it's a tough call. And of course, we could extend the B15 to the Williamsburg Bridge Plaza Terminal. Let's see Flushing. is that there's too much bus routes covering Main Street. That's the point. But bottom line, Queens buses are literally in a cluster. But if you didn't, if you couldn't, in other words, attend last night's uh, redesign open house, the next one will be tomorrow, Thursday, May 30th, from 7 to 9 at the Lorton Library that is located at 134-26, 225th Street. And you could get there by taking the Q5 bus. The following one will be Thursday, June 6th from 7 to 9 at the PS 169 Bay Terrace that's located at 18-25 1200 212th Street. You get there taking the Q13 or Q28. And the last one will be Monday, June 10th from 7 to 9 at the PS 33Q in Queens Village. That will be at 91-37 222nd Street. And how you could get there, taking the Q1, the Q27, or the Q88. And as a reminder, folks, tonight is the New York One's Transit Town Hall. I'll be there. Uh, so if you happen to have a Spectrum, you could watch it online whenever from wherever you are. You could enter NewYork1.com. And of course, we will have President Andy Byford. That will be joined by the MTA's Chairman Pat Foy, uh, the COO of the MTA, Ronnie Hankum, and Transit Chief Elua De La Torre. They'll be there, of course, tonight, and I'll be there tonight. Uh, let's say if you have Spectrum, you could you could either watch it online using your Spectrum credentials. You could either use either Spectrum or Optimum, log in into with your credentials and you're good to go, or you could watch it wherever you are through the Spectrum TV app, or you could watch it on channel 1 and channel 200 if you have a Spectrum. So tonight will be a very interesting event. And we will be doing a short live stream on Periscope from the CUNY studios in Midtown Manhattan about 6 o'clock. And before we wrap things up, uh, summer Saturdays are back on the Long Island Railroad. And as a reminder, this Saturday, June 1st, we invite Summer Saturdays participants to avoid the Huntington, Port Jefferson, and Ronkonkoma branches because they're going to be working on the Cherry Lane Bridge. Please consider the Baby Lawn branch, Hempstead, and Montauk branches. And also another note, southbound D are running on the N between 36th Street, Brooklyn, and Coney Island because of a train brakes were automatically activated at 36th Street, Brooklyn. And those wondering what is going to be discussed on the PCAC, and of course we want to thank the PCAC being a loyal support with us and with our cause. And we still have delay, and we have delays on southbound A and C trains are proceeding with delays after they corrected the signal problem at JC Metrotech. And as we mentioned, southbound D are running on the N between 36th Street, Brooklyn, and Coney Island because heavy train brakes were activated at 36th Street, Brooklyn. And believe it or not, all commuter rails are running excellent, at least on this part of the Hudson. So, with that in mind, we want to thank everybody for joining us on this Wednesday afternoon. We'll see you guys tonight at CUNY Studios in Midtown Manhattan.